Okay, we have a MacBook Air. It's an M1, and it came in for sound. What we have noticed is you the machine itself doesn't seem to have sound issue. I'm saying that the board itself, because let me see, show you guys that. So you are able to adjust the sound, so it's not like sound is not present. Uh, but this would also mean that if you are to connect earphones to it, you will be able to hear. But the only thing is you do not have output on the speakers. So usually in a case like this, you want to see if your output is set to something else. In this case, you have when you go to under settings speaker output, you see where it says a MacBook Air speakers built in. So that is your output. So we see that it is ticked on the first one. So let's say if we decide to switch this to a secondary output, which is our screen here. So what would then happen is we should be able to, let's see, yeah, so you guys can see now we are getting sound because we're using the external speakers through AirPlay mode. Uh, so here you see we switch the speakers settings to let's try to reduce the sound. So we switch the speakers to our external screen. But if we switch the speakers to internal screen, for example, then we will see that we no longer have sound. Now, sometimes you may have a case where sometimes you may have a case of say the speaker output is it's stuck on something else, and then when that happens, obviously you would not have external speakers, but in this case we definitely have sound. So what has already been done to this machine is this. So the audio board, which is this, and the audio cable has been replaced, but the issue still persists. So the next thing we want to do is we want to take the board out and walk around to see what exactly is going on. So this is M1. And then another thing that I did mention is because we are getting sound in this manner, it also means that if you are to connect headphones to it, you will also get sound. And you can also see that this is not a case of the sound being grayed out. Sometimes you get that where the sound is completely grayed out. I mean, in that case, you would in that case, you would be looking at the sound circuitry directly, which is on your device. But as it is now, we are only going to be interested in the speakers circuitry, not necessarily the sound circuitry, because we can see that we do have sound presence on our board. What we, however, do not have is the speaker output is what we do not have, but sound we have. So if we had issue with sound, for example, then that is when you will be you will have a case of the audio sound the audio settings being grayed out in terms of having to increase or decrease your sound output. So so let's take the board out and see if anything stands out. Our concentration is going to be around around the speaker's output. So let us open up the board view. This is going to be an 820-02020. It's no 820, that's MacBook Pro. That's so this is MacBook Air. It's going to be 820-0 2016. Yeah, 820-0216. It's our MacBook Air. Here you go. So our focus is going to be on the speaker output. Let's see where that is going to be. So let's flip the board to the other side. Let's see if anything stands out. Okay, we are not seeing anything standing out at the moment. So so if we click on JE900, that is going to be the connector that for this cable here, which connects to the audio board. This is our audio board. Um, that cable there connects to the audio board, and then of the function that it performs, it's also audio in addition to the touch the touch function, the power button function as well. But and then obviously you see that the board also houses. So this board houses one of the speakers. It houses the touch, the power button, which also houses the touch ID. Now we can see here this is one of the speaker filter, so we should expect to have the other one on the board. Now so we are going to click on the cable and then see the functions that are connected to the speakers, and then follow up on those functions. So we are not interested in this. This is definitely, all of this is definitely present. This should be present. Now we have AMR underscore right or okay. There's no worry about that at the moment. Now we want to start by seeing what do we have on 11, which is the 1.8 volt on speaker reset. Speaker reset. So let us see what we have on that. So let's connect. Switch to voltage mode. Now speaker reset. We are going to measure for speaker reset where here at RR692, that is where we are going to measure for speaker reset, and that's a resistor. So let us see what we measure there. So that component is going to be, so we are going to measure for speaker reset here. It's a very small room though. Let's see what we can, let's see if we have a better, not really. So that seems to be the only thing we can use. Okay, so we just have to be careful because beside it, let's see what is it that we have beside it. We have a cap, and let's see, what are we supposed to have here? That says speaker amp underscore okay, reg, okay. Okay, so let us see what voltage we have here. We are supposed to have 1.8 volt. Now, if we have less than that, it would put our speakers into reset mode. While the speakers is in reset mode, we will not have the speakers being activated. So let's connect charger to it, and let's see what is it that we have on pin 11. So we are going to, just to test that our multimeter is working. Let's see what we have on PPDCN. Yeah, that's 20 volt. I mean, let's put it this so you guys get to see it. So the reason why it goes off is because the voltage we measured was lower than what we set. So as you guys can see, that's 20 volt. And then the next thing we want to do is let's get to why we are here, which is to measure for speaker reset L. And we have 1.7, so that means that signal is present. The next thing we want to do, let's see, what do we have on pin 14? Pin 14, let's see, okay, it's pin 16. Let's see, yeah, let's see what we have on pin 16. We're supposed to have 1.8 volt also. Let's see, do we have that? And that we can measure at this component here, this one here. What are we having? We have that's okay. That's 0 volt. Let's check that again. Okay, that's 0 volt. Okay, let's not worry about that. Especially because we do not have the cable, the audio board connected, so let's not worry about that. Codec, SBI, no, codec, touch ID, nah. and this PP bus. Okay. Okay. So this we've confirmed that. Let us now see what we have. Let's click on this. Our UR600. So there we have the speaker amp underscore vcn CV speaker boot. Okay, let's see what we have around here. So we may end up. Okay, let's start from pin one, which is C. Do we have a way to measure that? We can measure that on the other side. Okay, not really. Okay, that's fine. And then this, we have. Okay, let's not worry about that for now. Let's see. Okay, let's see what is it. What do we measure there? 0, 0. Okay, let's just confirm that. Okay, so have it connected. That's fine. 1.8 volt is definitely present. Let's just confirm that, but we know that is definitely present. 1.8, it is present. Speaker reset, we have measured that. PP bus, that we also believe should be present. Let's measure that. And then yes, it is present. And let's see what do we have here. And it's 0 volt. Okay, and then the next one, the speaker amp address. Okay, let's see. Do we have anything there? 0. Okay. Speaker in underscore L. Speaker. We already checked that. We didn't have anything. Okay, 0. And then 1.8. We may not get a room to measure that. Okay, that's fine. And then here also we did check that before. So what we want to do is we want to get, okay, so because the board is not the board is not connected, we may not so let us connect. Let's connect the board. Let's take the board out. And maybe also connect one of the speakers, maybe. And another thing we are going to do is I'm just thinking now. Okay, let's see. Let's have one speaker for M1. So with the audio board connected, you should have a different that's just by the way. So let us let's see. So the readings that you would expect when you don't have that piece, which is the audio board connected, around UR600 will vary. So let's check again now with it connected. And also we have a donor board here, which we'll be using to compare the readings. Let's see what we have on output now. We still have 0 there. Okay. Let's be sure that we have, okay, yeah, that is working. Okay. Mm. Let's see what voltage do we have here. Okay, we have 0. So what we want to do is we want to compare the readings from here, just to be sure that we have the same thing. This is a working board, so let's see if we have the same reading. There's also 0 volt. So we are checking around UR600 just to be sure that the same readings we got from the non-working board is the same thing that we have. Oh, I see that. Okay, there's a slight difference here in design. Let's see this. 1.2. So here we see we're getting 1.2, but in the case of this, we actually got in 0 there. So 1.2, but in the case of, so 1.2 we measure for speaker underscore AD reg, we're getting 1.2. But on this, the board that is not working, we are getting 0. And then let's see, and then this other, and then let's see on, okay, yeah, that is definitely present, even on the other one. And then here, and then at the top, let's see, what do we have at the top? Okay, that's definitely 0. But this one here, we have 1.2. Okay, let's confirm that again with the non-working one. And we don't have to worry about, okay, we can just put the speaker, but we don't have to worry about the speaker really. That's okay. Let's see what we measure. And we've already confirmed that our speaker reset L signal is not low. So let's see here, measuring the same place, and then we have 0. So what we quickly want to do is we want to replace UR600 and see if we have any changes. Okay, that is out. Then on the other side, Okay, that is also out. Be aware of the orientation. We are not just going to put that back. I can't do that, but I want to just make sure that I don't get a bridge underneath. So let's try to address the base. Okay, let's just be sure because I see some of the pins are joined just to be sure that those pins are together. Okay, that's fine. And then the one at the top. Okay, that is fine. And then the pin 3 also. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's go ahead and
Okay. So can you see again, sir? Yes, we can replace the keyboard for you, sir. It depends what machine is your machine. It's which year is it?
the model number, they wouldn't know what it is.
Okay, can you check at the back of your machine what model number is it? Okay.
Okay, so that is replaced. So what we want to do now is give it a bit of give it time to cool off. While that is happening, I'm going to go and make Salah because it's time for Salah now. Yeah, when we come back, we will continue to see if we have any changes. By the way, we can see that we have a bridge here between this.
If you
Let's just
if you check at the back
say
of your machine, there's a number written there.
starting from A.
Starting from A.
Okay, we have a bridge between CRC04 and CR.
A17.
Okay, that's definitely
Okay,
not the same.
A1708. Okay. Let me check out the price for you, and I'll give you a call. Okay, I'll give you a call just now.
Are they interested in the price or they're asking about the replacement?
So you need to replace this.
Are they asking for the price or the time frame? Is it a UK or US? It's fine. You can give them a fee. The I don't know if they we can either give them a used one or a new one, depends. Okay, so let's go pray and then come back and then do the testing. We have replaced UR600. In comparison to a donor board, at we were getting 0 at speaker amp underscore AED reg. So now that we have replaced UR600, we want to see if we have a different reading or if we have the same reading. Okay, so we didn't even have to test that. So we didn't even have to test that. So yeah, that basically solves our problem. So I believe you guys don't need more testing because merely we get our startup sound. Just out of curiosity, let us see what we now have on speaker amp. Okay, 1.2, which is definitely different from what you were having before. So initially, when we had you add 600 installed, what would happen is we will have zero at a speaker amp, but now with the chip replaced, we are getting 1 point something, and that's the same thing we were getting on a Dono board that we were using for reference. Yeah, so the next thing we want you to do now is to clean that section of the board and then put it in the shell and at least test it to see that we now have a speaker function. But at least, I mean, we are clearly making progress because initially we didn't have anything and now we are having something. Okay, so let's put it in the shell and try to do the test while the board is in the shell. Want us to see the beautiful sounds, beautiful successful repair that we have. It's always a very good feeling when you work on something and it actually works the way you want it. Uh, okay. Oh no, that's the donor board. Where's the board itself? Oh yeah, this is the board. We're not going to put back all the screws. We just need a couple of screws to hold the board in place while we test it. Okay. That's a beautiful sound, and as you guys know, that was not happening before. So that's yeah, that's really good. I just see that. So initially we didn't have that. Let's see if we go to. Uh, hmm. It seems like the people that was working was the company was obviously checking out MacBook Air M1 logic board diagram for it card here. Anyway, network is quite slow. Yeah, so that was not happening before. So our sound speaker outputs, it's definitely sorted. Yeah, so that's the the network is quite slow. I wanted to at least play something for you guys to further see that yes, we now have a sound. But this is enough. I mean, we got the welcome sound, the startup chime, and you guys can also get the sound from the speakers. And as for video playback, we're not getting anything. Let's see, do we have anything we could possibly? Nah, nothing. We don't have anything, and the network is quite poor. Um, okay. In any case, we now have a working machine, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much. So, a summary of what we did. The device didn't have sound. It didn't have sound over the speakers, even though the board itself had sound. So when we go to say to adjust the speakers, the volume up and down, you can adjust the volume, which means also while in that state, using headphones, you will also get sound from headphones. So what we did in troubleshooting was to replace the audio board, this one here, the audio board and the cable, but that did not solve the problem. So the next thing we had to do was to measure to start from. So we started our troubleshooting from here first. So and then obviously we did We did a visual inspection to see if anything stands out. We didn't find anything, so we started from JE 900 to see if, and in order to trace down the speaker signals, and then we were very much interested in speaker amp, which is 1.8 reset L, to confirm that that signal is high, and yes, the signal was high, because if it was low, it will place the speaker function typically on hold. In that state, the speakers will not work. But that was working, and then obviously the speaker. So we did a trace down to UR600. While at UR600, we made a couple of measurements. The one that stood out from our measurement was the speaker amp, AD reg. That was giving us 0 volt. Then we then had to get a donor board, a known working board, to compare the readings. And then with the known working board, we were getting 1.2 volt here. So we decided to swap out UR600, and then after doing so, we got the speaker sounds restored. So thank you so much, guys. I will see you guys at the next one.